Jorginho accepts to join Arsenal, and the deal of Caicedo to Arsenal looks like it's telling because Brighton are really standing on the word that the player is known for sale. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're watching us from. It's a deadline day of the transfer, 31st January, and we're here to really let you know of every nitty-gritty as far as the move of any player is concerned. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel, because we want to hit 12,000 subscribers, guys, because we're already having 11,000 and some other subscribers, but we want to hit 12,000, and I know we can even hit it today because today is a heated up day. More news is coming in through. Marquinhos has spoken out on his move to Norwich. Then Ibrahim Bamba, Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to throw some light on a story that really leaked yesterday that Arsenal have made a bid for a player known as Ibrahim Bamba late in the night. Not so? So I think we are good to go, and without further ado, let's start off with the Caicedo story. Sky Sports, we are the first to confirm to us this morning that Brighton will not be changing their stance on Caicedo on the final day of the transfer window. The midfielder is known for sale. So I think everyone is really portraying out this story like this, but I believe it's all about Arsenal failing to meet 80 million pounds, the real evaluation of Caicedo. That's it. But if I told Arsenal could go ahead and really negotiate, how much I've heard, they're really thinking of a third bid to come in through. But if at all it doesn't come in through, then they shouldn't really waste the time of Brighton, because they should go to another player, and that's why they're going in for Jorginho. So I believe this story coming in from Sky Sports and Jacobs Ben is really right. Is partially right, because what makes it right? Arsenal failed to come out to meet the expectation of Brighton. Remember, even Fabrizio Romano told us yesterday that if Arsenal can go ahead and really give Brighton a proposal that will move them, they let the player go. Jacobs Ben confirmed us that Brighton's position on midfielder Caicedo remains the same, and they expect him to stay, reports Jacobs Ben. So it shows you that things are not as you guys see them. They are different altogether, because things are really panning up in a way that is not favoring Arsenal. But the good thing is that Arsenal are really working tooth and nail to get in their man, called Jorginho. As it stands right now, Arsenal are really forcing up a deal to sign a player known as Jorginho from Chelsea, and it looks like this deal of a man known as This deal of Caicedo is one that Arsenal are really still keeping an eye on, but they don't want to really rely on to Brighton, because if at all it happens, they don't want to find themselves in a situation they were in when they were signing, or when they went in for Mukalo Modric. That's it. But the deal for Caicedo looks like is really stalled. It's not totally off. It's really stalling. Arsenal are just watching the space. They are watching the space. And them watching the space means if Brighton comes and tell them, please, you can get us, we are accepting the bid you made, get us 70 million pounds, and we are getting you Caicedo, Arsenal will move in and obviously dance to it. But the other story I read about yesterday is that Arsenal has been having a very good relationship with Brighton. Remember, they've sold them two players, that is Trossard and Ben White. So Arsenal doesn't want to damage their relationship with Brighton, because they feel like Brighton has very many players that are talented that Arsenal will go in for maybe in the summer or later, like the Mitomas, like the McAllisters, and very many others, because Brighton has really proven to us that it's one of the below top 6 teams that is good at scouting players. When you look at how they brought in Mitoma, they bought him at 2.5 million pounds. But now, go to Mitoma, Brighton will tell you, get us close to 60 or 70 million pounds. Caicedo, they got him at on a cost less than 10 million pounds. But right now, they want 80 to 100 million pounds. Trossard, they got him in a cheap also. I think they bought him like 5 million pounds. They sold him at 21. So it shows you that it's a real footballing project that is making financial sense to Mr. Bloom, the owner of Brighton. And they're really doing a very good job. Their scouting team really deserves to be sent comments because they deserve them, not so? But Arsenal looks like they are really going to this man. As Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to confirm to us that Fabrizio Romano on Arsenal, Jorginho is another option on the table. Serie A return has always been his priority, but he would be open to join Arsenal. It's up to Arsenal if they want to proceed or not. He's one of the players they have been considering in the last 10 days, meaning that it's not by coincidence that Arsenal have gone in for Jorginho. As I told you that Arsenal is a very competent club. When they are going in for players, they draw close to 6-7 names of players they feel like they can come in and sign to fill that position. So, Zubimendi, Caicedo, Jorginho, Yuri Tielemans, Ibrahim Bamba, who else? Which other central defensive midfielder that Arsenal was looking at? So, all those central defensive midfielders and Marquinhos who joined Leeds, Arsenal was looking at them and they had their top priority. Their top priority was Caicedo, Zubimendi, and Jorginho. That's it. So they tried to get Zubimendi. Zubimendi said, I'm not going out of Real Sociedad this season. I'm leaving in the summer. Now, afterwards, they're going for Caicedo. Caicedo looks like Brighton is making it hard for them to get the player. And guess what they've done? They've decided to go all out and chase a man known as Jorginho. Jorginho, it was rumored that he wanted to go to Italy. Fabrizio is telling us that the player is okay joining Arsenal. Then David Austin later this morning went ahead to break the story that really led to the germination of very many other stories concerning Jorginho, telling us that Arsenal are advancing towards an agreement for Jorginho, and that is now their most likely recruit, with an acceptance that Brighton's resistance to selling Moise Caicedo means the deal will not materialize. So, David Austin, if at all you know him, meaning that Arsenal are now leaning towards signing Jorginho. And I've seen people downplaying Jorginho, but guys, where have you been for the previous 3 years watching the Premier League? Because Jorginho was at the epitome of the stadiums in the Premier League. He's a very good player. The only thing that he lacks is that physical attribute. But how many times is Arsenal going to get involved into physical battles in that midfield? Because they'll be having most of the ball and Jorginho rarely loses that ball. So his work will be getting that ball from the back four and passing it. You get? He's a very good passer of the ball. He's one of the stadiums I've seen in the Premier League that is really elite. So, not getting Caicedo and not getting Jorginho is unacceptable if at all you're an Arsenal fan. Now, you get in Jorginho, what does he come with? Jorginho comes in with experience. He has won the Champions League, he has won the Euros, meaning that he's adding his experience and winning drive and mentality to Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus. Now, those two have just taken Arsenal to the next level. Right now, as we speak, Arsenal is topping the league because of the drive of those two players, because they came out and they told the players, we want the league. We want to win the league. That's what Zinchenko said after they beat Manchester United, after they beat us at Emirates. So, it means the mentality is changing totally at the club of Arsenal. Now, you add in another perennial winner known as Jorginho. Oh, then the experience he holds is going to help Arsenal really drive them to the next level. I believe Caicedo would have been the realistic target, but Arsenal have done their best. They've done their worth. They've done their best to get the player, but the deal is not going to materialize, according to David Austin. So what you're supposed to do, you go in for another option that is having experience, and obviously that is Jorginho. Save your money in the summer and make a decision on whether you are selling, on whether you are buying Caicedo or Declan Rice in the summer. That's it. Because if Jorginho is to sign a contract of 2 to 3 years at Arsenal, that means Arsenal will go in for another midfielder, either Declan Rice or Caicedo in the summer. But we've been told Arsenal's primary target in the summer is Declan Rice. So maybe Caicedo will go to Chelsea, Manchester United, or Liverpool. So, but I also agree with people, Caicedo would have been the realistic signing of Arsenal, but Brighton have made it hard for them. Fabrizio Romano about the story of the deal of Jorginho to Arsenal has told us that Arsenal and Chelsea in direct contact to negotiate final fee for Jorginho deal. The clubs are in negotiations as reported yesterday. Jorginho has already accepted to join Arsenal, ready for medicals once clubs reach full agreement. Arteta, big fan of the player. So, everything is going the way Arteta wants it. Arteta is a big fan of the player, and I believe he's an Arteta player. And when he comes in at Arsenal, people will get to know that he's the reason why Arsenal is here. He's the reason why Arsenal is going to win the trophy. These others have done the huge job, but Jorginho adds a lot to your team, especially passing. He's a better passer than Thomas Partey. I think the only things that Thomas Partey does better than Jorginho is breaking up play and the physical battle. But passing the ball, Jorginho is a better passer than Thomas Partey. He passes it better. Obviously, Arteta would love to be having a player like Jorginho in his midfield because he believes in brains that really pass the ball better. Not so? And you can play Thomas Partey and Jorginho in the same team. People have not even thought about it. You can play the same team because Thomas Partey can play well as a box-to-box midfielder if at all you accept him to advance more in the final third or in the advanced position of the pitch. He can do that. So, Jorginho can play with Partey in the same team. They can play together in the same team. So, I don't see why people are not backing and talking ill about this deal. But it's really a very good deal. If me, a United fan, you tell me you are getting me Jorginho now, I go in for him. I go in for Jorginho. Even Ten Hag would go in for him. But the problem is the board is saying they don't have money because they are really thinking on only selling the club and make their profit and really bamush. That's it. Now, David Austin has confirmed to us that Mikel Arteta is thought to have been the driving force behind Arsenal's interest in Jorginho. Now, I don't want to see any Arsenal fan all over the world and watching this channel coming out and complaining about Jorginho. Because when I broke this story yesterday, I saw people coming out and saying Jorginho is a cheat, Jorginho is old, Jorginho is on his downfall. Now, all Arsenal fans, the hope that you are having is because of Mikel Arteta. I saw mob of you last season talking of sacking Mikel Arteta. At the beginning of the season, you said he should be sacked after losing 3 games. He has disapproved you, brought in players, and none of the players he has brought has flopped apart from Willian. That's it. But the rest of the players have been really doing justice to Arsenal. So, back your manager, trust your manager, going in for Jorginho, and David Austin, one of the #1 football correspondents and transfer gurus in the world, is confirming to you that it's thought Arteta has been a driving force to this deal. And even Fabrizio told us that Arteta is a fan of Jorginho. He loves Jorginho and admires Jorginho. I even did that story yesterday that Arteta is an admirer of Jorginho. So expect lots of things to happen, and even Charles Schwartz has gone ahead to confirm to us that everything looks like is going in the way of Arsenal, and they might be getting the guy. And who is Charles Schwartz? Charles Schwartz is an Arsenal correspondent for gold, meaning that he's being briefed in and fed in by the club of Arsenal. He told us that Jorginho has been given permission to travel to Arsenal this morning to finalize his move. Jorginho has traveled to Arsenal to finalize a move. Agreement closed. So, meaning Jorginho is on his way from Cobham to London Conley to undergo his medical, and everything is going to go on the way that Jorginho wants it. And Arsenal looks like they are getting in a CDM that they wanted, because Arteta, even in the pre-match press conference towards the game of Man City, he said of them improving their midfield. They are looking for options to improve that midfield of Arsenal. So that is it as far as it's confirmed. Charles Schwartz confirmed us that the player is on his way to London Conley, and let's wait and see whether a medical is going to be done in the next 1 or 2 hours. Then I'll come here and confirm to you that everything is really done and dusted. But remember, Chelsea want between 15 to 20 million pounds for Jorginho, and that will be a very good deal for Chelsea. Absolutely very good. You know why? The player is running out of contract in June. So getting 15 million pounds or 20 from a player that you would have lost on a free in June is something great, and they are doing some great business, and they are getting in some footballing money. That is something that we should really hail them for. Now, there is a story that really came out through yesterday that Arsenal had made a bid for Ibrahim Bamba, one of the most rated midfielders playing for Benfica, I think in Portugal. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Arsenal have not submitted any bid or open talks to sign Bamba, not even to prepare the deal for next summer. Fabrizio understands that Italian talented midfielder is available for 7 or 8 to leave Victoria Guimaraes now, but the race is still open. Nothing advanced yet. So he's telling us that Arsenal are nowhere near signing Ibrahim Bamba, because very many people were really linking the player to Arsenal, that his agent was seen in London. The agent came out and said, no, it was just a stopover because I was coming from Borussia Dortmund and I stopped by London and I posted. So you guys started to build up a story on me and my client talking to Arsenal. So you see, this is what I've always told you in my entire working on this channel, because very many stories will be put outside there, but I'm not going to come here and really tell you every nonsense. I'm going to come here and tell you what you guys deserve to be knowing about the facts that are coming in from the reality channels that really give you news that is really great. Now, that is Marquinhos holding up the Norwich shirt, signed very well, and is now a Norwich player until the end of the season. Now, Marquinhos has come out and said the following: I'm really happy to arrive here in Norwich and very excited to play my first game. I've learned a lot as part of my adoption here in England. It's totally different to Brazil. It's more intensive, but I'm adapting well in order to help Norwich. So he's willing to help Norwich and really maybe lift them to the Premier League. That's it, because they've been out of the Premier League for like 1-2 seasons. Now he's back to it, that he really lifts them back to the Premier League, and obviously play well to really send Mikel Arteta a message that I'm the real boy you are supposed to go on and really use in the right attacking midfield position of the side of Arsenal. So guys, your thoughts on Jorginho accepting to join Arsenal? Charles Watts confirming to us that Chelsea have given him permission to travel to London Conley and get the deal done and dusted. And Caicedo, it's still stalled, not yet totally off. Arsenal are really willing to buy the player if at all Brighton gives them a go-ahead, because they don't want to damage their relationship with Brighton. Your thoughts on that is also welcome in the comment section below. Marquinhos joining Norwich and what he has said, also welcome. And not interested in Ibrahim Bamba, all those into the comment section below. Rokani David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later. Good morning. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly. I'm out, guys.